Hi everybody, welcome to 30 Day Abs. Today is day 22 and we're gonna do a little bit of weight bearing on our hands today. We've got some simple stuff followed by some planky complexity, so buckle up. Here we go. We're gonna start off, as you might expect, down on the ground to just do some simple curl ups. So I want you to lift 3, 2, and on 1, reach with just a little bit of momentum. See if you can tap your knees. That's not going to be at the expense of your posture, so make sure that you can safely and in a controlled way get there. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Up, up, and reach. That's counting as just 1 rep. So you can make these harder. I'll tell you how in a minute. You can certainly make them easier by doing a smaller motion and maybe just doing a 1 arm reach to support the neck. So that was 10. If you like to make them a little harder, you can take it to tabletop. Do remember though, if you bring your knees in too close, you're gonna turn your belly to mush. So you wanna get that engagement through your stabilizers by keeping your kneecaps, fingertips length away. And if you can't do that reasonably, just go and bring your feet down because it's hard enough. All right, and we'll go pulse, pulse, reach. Or pulse, pulse, you can just push right past the legs. Like you're trying to squeeze the air out of a stack of pillows. And my head is just going along for the ride. I'm not pulling on it. I'm not mashing my chin down toward my chest, keeping a nice healthy space throughout. I'm gonna do 2 more just in case. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so that was 20 triple curls. Now, for our obliques, we're gonna do some bicycles, and I'm gonna keep these fairly simple. Again, choose an arm position that appeals to you. We're gonna tap to one side, bringing your armpit toward the leg on the other side, and then just switch. So you can make these easier by keeping your feet on the floor. You can make them harder by extending a leg out long. You can make them harder by taking it into a scissor, but I'm gonna keep these pretty simple for me today, because I told you, we're gonna do some hard stuff. We're doing 40 of these, so 20 to each leg. They go pretty quick. It sounds worse than it is. I don't know how many I've done, but I think at least 40. I'm gonna do 10, 9, 8, 7. Nice. This felt pretty good. I could do those all day. But I'm not gonna, because we got other stuff to do. We're gonna do 3 different movements in plank, but we're gonna take a bent knee plank today. So I want you to tuck your toes under, your hands are on the ground, your elbows are bent. For this first set, if you wanted to come down to your elbows, you could. I'm just gonna go ahead and do all 3 of these on my hands because the second couple need to be on the hands anyway. So toes are tucked, knees are floated, and I'm gonna walk back to a plank and forward to a curl. Back to a plank. This knee bend is a nice big tuck for the belly. I'm leading with my right leg right now. And then I'm gonna switch my lead leg when I get to the halfway point, which I think is 3 more of these. Keeping my booty squeezed while I'm pushing back and lifting my belly up as I pull forward. Let's reverse, leading with the other leg. Booty, booty, belly, belly. Hips stay stable. Always breathing. Remember the 3 B's. Booty, belly, breath. The closer your knees are to the ground here without touching, the harder that's gonna be. I think I got 2 more here. All right, and then do something that feels good. That might be sitting back on the heels, maybe wiggle your fingers. I don't know, get a beer, whatever feels good in between sets. Next exercise in plank. There's 2 more. We're coming back to this tabletop position. Fingers are spread out wide. Dig your fingers into the mat as if you're pushing them into wet sand. Lift your belly, lift your knees. This time, we're just gonna tap the opposite knee. So just a little tiny lift. Feels like a lot. Looks like a little lift and set. And we're trying not to chonk back down to the ground, but move with a little bit of delicacy. And keep those knees as close to the floor as you can without banging them down. I'm gonna do 30 of these taps, 15 each side. Belly is tight, spine is long, so try not to get into a round back here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. That is a lot of hip flexor along with the abdominals. I'm gonna take a little lean back here, let my hips come forward, maybe even reach back into a little camel pose of sorts. Shake out your booty. We got 1 more plank left, guys. So this time we're gonna do a little walking on our hands and toes. So we're in our tuck toe position, soft elbows spread fingers. You're gonna step forward with your right foot and left hand, step forward with your left foot and right hand, and then move back and back. So it's 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Knees are close to the ground without ever touching. Belly's lifting up, elbows are soft. How could you make this easier? You could do it on the floor. There's always that option. I want you to do this 10 times, forward and back. 4, 3, 2, or you can always do as many reps as I'm doing, which is, of course, always the unknown. Ooh, I hope that felt really challenging today. Good. Relax your hands, wiggle your fingers, be a kitty cat, and you're done for today. I'll see you tomorrow.